Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev. Hope that you're doing well. I don't know if you watched the game. If you're coming in, jumping in right away, you have watched the game, and the Vancouver Canucks get smacked down 5-2 in Anaheim. I guess they want to go to Disneyland or something like that. They're I don't know what happened there. That was terrible. That was a disappointing loss. 5 straight goals to lose. My sister-in-law's here. She's a huge Oilers fan. The Oilers just lost 5 in a row, and I was bugging her. And then my Canucks come out here, and I'm like, oh, we're not losing to the Ducks, because why would we lose to the Ducks? The Ducks are garbage. No, apparently not. Apparently not. They now have 26 wins. We have 27 or something like that, 28. And it's like, we get it. So I shouldn't have been bugging her, because, next thing you know, I'm eating crow. I even like crow. This team, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, Myers is playing MVP caliber for the first period. I don't remember seeing him play this good for 20 minutes than I've ever seen before. I literally am like at the stage where I'm like, wow, I'm impressed by how well Myers is playing. That slap shot was unbelievable. Takes the dumb penalty, comes out, gets a partial breakaway, hammers it top shelf. What is it, 99 miles an hour slap shot, which is wild. I don't even know how fast it was. It was something high like that. And then he goes and has a beautiful assist to set up Suter. And you're like, what is going on? Is he MVP of the league or something? Are we winning the Stanley Cup? And then all of a sudden, here we are. Here we are. 5 goals, straight goals. There was no response in the second. Anaheim just said, hey, we're going to let you have a couple, and then we're going to take over. And the title of this stream tonight, this video, is, I said, Duck Hunt, Canuck style. This is exactly the Canuck style. You're up one game, you're down the next. The only thing that's consistent about the Canucks is that they're inconsistent. And what the heck? So I should have changed the title. I might change the whole title of this stupid thing and just call it What the Duck Just Happened. You know what I mean? Like, how they just took over. Oh my goodness. And I'm just done. I'm done with just the up and down stuff. The up and down stuff. So, and just like chat tonight, let's just keep it about hockey, okay? If you guys are going to be going back and forth, I'm timing people out tonight. I'm banning people. That's what I'm doing tonight, because I'm not into that. Just telling you right now. Oh my goodness. It's just like so frustrating to watch this. And we're just here to talk about hockey, everyone. Let's just talk about hockey. Here's a couple Ducks players that impressed me. I really like Leo Carlson. I think he's good. I think he's really good. McTavish is solid. Zegras and all that kind of stuff. I'm just telling you right now, I'm at that stage where I'm like, they've built a team. They're starting to build team. They're starting to believe in what they built. Those, by the way, those orange jerseys are literally, I think they're the worst jerseys in the NHL. The only ones that are that rival those orange garbage jerseys, and I don't mind the jersey itself, but having the orange pants, it looks terrible, in my opinion. It looks absolutely terrible. And it's the stupid Nashville Predators with all that yellow. It's like, that looks so bad. It looks so bad. The jerseys, and they're like, oh, we come out with these new jerseys and they look so great. You know what? It doesn't matter what kind of jersey you are. It's what product you put out. You know what was worse than the Anaheim Ducks jerseys tonight? The Vancouver Canucks play. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, I'm done. Let's talk about Pius Suter. Let's talk about Pius Suter. He is on a smoking great contract. Absolutely. A smoking great contract, everyone. I'm at that stage where I'm just sitting there and like, I really like him as a center. He's more of a defensive forward. He's an addition that can chip in a goal here and there. I'm listening to Drance today talk about Pius Suter, and a lot of teams would be interested. I'm in that stage. I'm in the stage where it's just like they're talking about moving on from him, but he's a guy that is nice to have, and they think that he's worth about the $3 or $4 million mark. I think he's making 1.9 for us, if memory serves me correctly. I'll just check right here real quick. 1.6, even better. And he's a UFA. So a lot of people think that Pius Suter is going to get moved. 28 years old, left-handed shot, centerman, but he usually plays on the left wing. He was playing with Miller and Besser, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just at that stage where it's like, I guess we move on from him to get something, but the problem is we don't have anyone for him to play with. If he gets injured, he actually slots in as a really good center for this team. It's not the one that you want as your number 2 center, but if you had to, in a pinch, put him in, that's the kind of guy you want. That's the kind of guy you want. So I'm just in that place where it's like, I don't really know what to do with this guy. He's got talent, he's got skill, he's a great contract. The Canucks are probably not going to be offering him $3 to $4 million going forward from here. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. Do you trade him? Do you get anything for him? I mean, if he's just going to walk, you want to get something for him. If you could get a second-round pick, that would be incredible. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Besser and Suter and Susie all get traded at the deadline and they refocus going into the offseason. Like, is this team going to make the playoffs? Is this the kind of player you want with the playoffs? I like Pius Suter. I don't know if I love Pius Suter. You know, I like he's a good addition to the team. He's not the greatest winger, but he's good enough. And hard to play against, but he's not too big. He's not doesn't have great size or great speed, but he's still good enough to compete. and that's what I like. So I'm with you guys. I'm not really sure what to do with him. We need more size. Green, exactly. We need more size, speed, and elite high-end skill. And I think Brock, Susie, Suter, and possibly Garland get traded. PD is struggling 100%, but what other elite forward talent do we have? None. We don't have any. Dan's right. Episode 40, EP 40, and Brock were invisible tonight. We need them to step up. Yeah, it's frustrating. I don't want to blame all on Pettersson tonight, but I do feel like he was invisible. Callum wants us to reunite Bluger, Garland, Joshua. I'm okay with that. And then put Sherwood on EP40's line. I like that idea a lot, actually. DeBrusk, Pettersson, Sherwood. I like that line. Why aren't we going that way? Yes, David W. We just talked about this. Yeah, 5 straight goals. Joshua is struggling too. We might need to package something. I have him done with Pettersson since last playoffs. Who are you talking about here? Talking about Sherwood? After watching game, last playoffs. Oh, you're done with Pettersson. So you're done with Pettersson. Pettersson has moved into his top 5 most hated Canucks list. Wow. That's saying something. EP40 looked horrible out there. He looked like he didn't care at all. I know that everyone just wants to talk about EP40, but I think that the conversation's better that we're talking about the whole team here. The whole team didn't show up tonight, everyone. We're talking about Tyler Myers plays lights out hockey for a period. And that's what we saw. That's what we saw. We didn't see. Now, it was feisty tonight. It was totally feisty tonight. Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough game. It was crazy. A lot of people watching that game, you don't like Trouba, you don't like Garland's getting nailed and he's fighting back. And I appreciated that a lot. But yeah, it's just, I don't really know what this game was so frustrating. It's like, you're just sitting there. Like, let's look at this for a second. Okay. Let's bring that comment down for a second and bring this down because I want to show you this. Because, like, again, 24 shots. Why can't we get to 30? Right? Pellimus both had 6, 19 hits, 17 block shots, 14 giveaways. Like we won 5-2, or 5-1, lost 5-2, and then after tonight, so we have 2 more games. March 5th coming up real quick here. That's where we're at. It's maddening watching this team right now. Jeevan thinks we should rebuild this team. Yeah, you're right. They have each other. There's no. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be PD, Brock, and DeBrusk. It's supposed to. It's just not. Those goals Sheila's let in didn't help. I mean, I don't think they should have put Lankinen back in. You can blame Sheila's all you want, Blazer fan. Honestly, go ahead and blame him all you want. At the end of the day, we didn't score another goal. So we could have stopped, every one except for one, and we still lose. So it's not a good enough excuse to blame the goalie, but I know what you're saying is maybe that would have helped. Management did a great job of fixing the D and raising the floor of this team the past couple of years. It's now time to raise the ceiling, especially in the forward group. I mean, they traded JT Miller away, who's an above average player. He's a difference maker. We've seen it with our own eyes, but That's what it cost to fix the D. Problem is Hedl and Connor aren't going to be those guys you rely on night in, night out for offensive production. So, but can rely too much on their goalies bailing. I mean, that's the thing. Something's going on in the locker room. It's my only guess. I mean, we can just start saying everyone's toxic. Everyone, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, PD needs to be on a different line. Tocchet needs to rethink his lines. Shelovs has not played well during the regular season. He played good last game. After a tough Canucks loss, a Kemp stream is the only thing that keeps me going. Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. This is kind of like therapy. Yeah. Tocchet looks totally disinterested behind the bench with no answers. I mean, what are you going to say, right? Canucks are not hungry enough team. So frustrating for all the fans. Yeah, there's going to be trades coming up this week. 100%. 100%. Anyone notice the cross-check to the back of Hughes' neck that was sneaky and it looked like a penalty? Ray even brought up right after. I didn't see that, Dan. So, to be honest, we traded Besser when we traded JT. I know a lot of people are saying that, Justin. It's exactly what people are saying over and over again. We traded the wrong guy. Did we ever have a coach that would mix up the lines during the game? Tocchet needs to start. He does that all the time. He does that all the time. Every coach does that. Management destroyed the potential dynasty. The 2023-2024 depth became the core players. Canucks quit playing after the first. Can't blame Shelovs. He didn't play very well, though. It's true. Canucks Uncensored. Good to see you guys. Our depth players are fast. Our goal scorers need to be fast, too. We need some scoring help fast. And they're hard to find. They're hard to find. And they're expensive. And that's what you have to think about. I cannot believe this. Yeah, we just showed up for the first 20 minutes in the first period, and then the rest of the game was all Anaheim. It's true. Matt, you think that management's the problem? It could be. I mean, signing Pettersson to 11.6 did not have they had to try to fix the defensive situation. I mean, they brought in Lankin and Sherwood. That was good. A goalie is only good as his defense. So, yeah, good point. Can't really see the future, what the future will be for this team. Feels like it's falling apart, though. It does. Kemp, JT had to be headed out for other reasons. He was never going to play here again. You know what? In all honesty, I think JT Miller became the scapegoat. That's what they used him as the scapegoat. I don't know how to explain this any better than just watch what Miller's done in New York. 9 points in 8 games or whatever it is. Pettersson has done nothing. So I don't want to get into that whole debate. I've talked about it over at nausea. Okay. At nausea. Rebuilding the Canucks wouldn't be the worst idea. The drafts in coming years have some generational players that it's true, but it takes them 2 to 3 years to get going. So, yeah, man, even Grogu is good, is upset. You're going to love Jeevan. I've got this video that's going to be going up. You're going to love it. It's going to be hilarious. Stay tuned. I'm making it. I'm almost done making it. Yeah, I'm with you, David W. I don't think we can blame this just on the goalie. I think the whole team looked terrible. Yes, we traded a star player, but the trade had to happen. Okay, well, but the problem is you're not replacing him with anyone that's considered. Now we're like, we need an elite center. We had one. We need elite scoring. We had one. That's just it is what it is. So it's frustrating to watch. Yeah, I just it's the narrative. But he's gone. It's over. I understand that, Pete. Hedel and O'Connor are third line players at best. I agree. The honeymoon is over for them, and scoring has dried up. We maybe have a good second line, but we don't have a true. Our first line is terrible. Our second line it should be a third line, and our third line's fine. Our fourth line's fine. Like we basically have two third lines. We basically have a second line, two third lines, and a fourth line. That's what our offense. So Jennifer says, do you think Lankinen should have had a back-to-back game? No, I don't think he should have. I may be projecting, but do the Canucks truly suck? They might be. They might. What would cause an entire team not to give a crap? Maybe it's because of the horrible contracts. Monty, a death by 1,000 cuts for Vancouver this year. Injuries, slumps, locker room issues. It's like bad news bingo card blackout. You know what, Monty? It's so true. If you think about it this way, it's been drama city in this thing. There is no end of conversation to have with this city. So I'm surprised they didn't call holding on Anaheim when they scored the goal. That dude was holding Garland there for 30 seconds. I agree. I was so frustrated by that. Win or lose, the Canucks are still entertaining to watch. That's true. If that cross-check on Hughes was called, would be different in the second for sure. I don't know what the Canucks do if they can't go for a rebuild because Hughes will leave. So what do you do? Demko's done EP 4 days ago. I actually don't think Quinn Hughes is gone yet. Everyone's like doom and gloom and it's over. It is what it is. I think he's going to stay. I have this weird feeling he's going to stay, and I have no way to back it up. I just think if you go and offer a guy like $14 million, he's going to say yes. And we're going to build around him. They're going to figure out a way to be competitive again. I just don't know how they're going to do it. We should have traded Brock Besser and kept JT Miller. I mean, I agree, but yeah. Anthony, my friend, good to see you. Coaching, hate the style and system. I know it's not that great because it's just lack of scoring chances. Tocchet won't stay around for this. It seems like he wouldn't. Why would you want to be around this? But maybe he gets fired. I'm not sure. You think that Steve's wrong? I actually think he's right. I think he's right. If that cross-check on Hughes was called to be different in the second, maybe. We don't score on the power play. So what's the difference? You know? Verlander's going to play this season. I absolutely believe it now with Juleson injury. He's done for the year. He's definitely going to get time at the end of the season here. Yeah, David W., you're right. Our offense is completely dried up, scoring only 7 goals in 4 games since returning from the break. Absolutely. So, I guess now the next step is to blame coaching. I guess I'm just not there. I'm just tired of the excuses. This whole team has to play better. So seems like we're always missing at least one part of the game. if we're not getting good passing on exit from defense, then passing is off. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I don't think it's going to help us at all. Too much perimeter play and passing, then turnover when D jumps and yeah, it's not good. If my team was going to look like the Ducks, I'd wait 2 to 3 years for growth. Yeah, they're going to be good. Remember that Miller slap shot on Calgary that got the game in overtime in game 2? When does Pettersson do that? He doesn't. Miller is a winner. Pettersson is a passenger. I know. I wish Demko was a lot healthier than he is now, or else these games wouldn't be talking about these losses probably if Demko is always injured. Firing Tocchet will be the change needed in the new game. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think Tocchet's hands are tied. I think he's what he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis with this roster is not good enough. I think management has also had a part to play, like Matt was saying. I think it was Matt. So, yeah, I saw that the Hughes was saying that Adam Foote is the best coach he's ever had. I don't think it was a dig at Tocchet. He's just talking about how he knows the game really well. Adam Foote was an amazing hockey player. Trade Demko to Edmonton for Kevin. I wouldn't do that. That's a bad deal for us, and I think Picard is not good. Oilers fans do not like him as a goalie. They don't like Skinner either. So I don't think we hand them Demko. But I mean, good thought putting that in there. Pettersson is a puppy dog, and yeah, I know. Yeah, I think this is kind of like a little bit out of left field here. Like, do you think that you can do any better? Of course we can't. We're not. But you're criticizing Tocchet. Do you think you could do better? I mean, it's a little hypocritical to say that, right? I get it. Just come on, man. I was hanging out with Russ. Nothing is perfect during the game. Sweet. People said that Hughes mentioned he thinks Tocchet is the best coach he's ever played with. Maybe fire Tocchet is impossible now. Maybe. I mean, if Hughes loves Tocchet, then maybe he wants him together. That's how he's going to stay. Yeah, no, I do think that EP40's poor performance is affecting the team, but I don't know by how much. I don't know. Maybe Hughes can convince his brothers to come our way. Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know what it would be. I want to see Tolopilo. Totally, I want to see him. But Shelovs has outplayed Tolopilo and Abbotsford, so that's why he's getting the opportunity. It drives me crazy that I don't have to play with the Princess Pout. It drives me crazy, and I don't have to play with the Princess of Pout. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I had to put so much money in the swear jar tonight. Oh, I know. It's bad, Russ. Do we need different management? We need a strong team, strong, gritty players, more of them. Canucks are a team with a dysfunctional personality. Yeah, let's just clarify. It's something that you heard. It was a comment you heard. Trev, you should allow swear words on here when it comes to this team. I mean, you guys can, like, you guys put swear words in there. That doesn't mean I have to swear. Russ on his channel, why does he put in money to the swear jar? because he knows he probably shouldn't be swearing, or that's not what he wants his channel to be about. So, and I have nothing against that. It's just interesting. Yeah, I just don't want to be sitting here swearing on a channel. I got better things to do than that. How is it that Höglander and Garland are two smallest players have the most? I've been saying that, Russ, for months now. It's been frustrating. Elias Pettersson and Jake Bedrus had 0 offensive zone starts at even strength tonight against the Ducks. It's hard not to point to coaching here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, could be coaching, could be the players, it could be both. The players need to show they deserve to play in the NHL instead of the beer league, Eugene. Right? I don't know how, but they need a big deadline if they want to compete this year. I know. Guys, the amount of people that have more goals than Elias Pettersson this year is crazy. It was me. Okay. Penguins did fire Tocchet for a reason. Yeah, every coach is hired to be fired. Very few coaches are in that place where it doesn't get better. You know what I mean? Sorry, I said that wrong. Every coach, it's so difficult to win and be a consistent winner. And so I have no problem with teams firing their coaches, but I'm just at the stage where it's like I'm just not going to be sitting there and blaming the coach for everything. But I get it. He's going to get either fired or he's going to quit one day. That's just is what it is. Pettersson gets more excuses than he deserves. People act like he's McDavid level, and he's not elite. He's not elite. We know that. Anyone that believes he's elite is just too much of a biased fan, in my opinion. Green, Garland and Hogg, can have all the heart they want. They still get manhandled. We need more size. I agree. Don't get me wrong. You got to love heart, but we need, like, Joshua has size, is just not playing well. DeBrusque has size. He's okay. He's streaky, you know? You could coach better than Tocchet. For starters, PD Police Chief here is I would send EP40 down and bring Lekermaki up for 2 to 3 games. Yeah, you couldn't coach better than Tocchet. I'm sorry. I can't play better than Pettersson. I can't coach better than Tocchet. I have no idea what I'm doing in coaching. And I know you don't have any NHL experience coaching, junior, nothing. But interesting that you would send EP40 down. That's interesting for me. Do you think Tocchet won't get fired, but will not extend at the end of the season with all the drama? That may well happen. Why did they dress 7 defensemen if Hughes is still the high minute man? I don't understand what's going on there. I don't get what's going on there. I'm with you, Russ. It makes no sense. Have you ever worked with someone who didn't pull their weight on the team? Of course it affects the group. I agree. And if PD says in his contract he is one way, then yes, I would bench him until he proves in practice. I just don't. I think if he's like already a kind of a sensitive guy, it's hard to do that. It's going to get worse. We have multiple D banged up. That's why they dress 7. I mean, Myers just took a puck to the throat yesterday. Well, it was up here. It wasn't to the throat. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Sheelaws is not an NHL goaltender. I'm okay with that. Even though he's won playoff games, it's kind of hard. I find myself mixed there. Hughes made the comments about Foot on TN10 after last night's game. He mentioned Tocchet as his best coach earlier this season. Maybe it is time for a coaching change. I'm not sure. The little one is asleep again. Shannon, she is totally sleeping. She couldn't make it to the stream. It's too late for her. Hughes hasn't had too many NHL coaches. I know he did not like Boudreau, and he likes Tocchet only because he made him captain. Not only because, it can't be only because of that, but yeah, I mean, he hasn't had a lot of NHL coaches. No, it's true. Our team is very sad this year, and it's time to cut ties with some players. Bring your brother on the stream before they go back to computer. I talked to him about it tonight, and he said he didn't want to come on. Yeah, he doesn't have very many goals. There's so many people in the NHL, and as long as he has that large contract, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So, and I know you're trying to switch it over. We're talking about EP40 here, so the Ducks were toying with the Canucks all over the ice. I know it was awful. At least the Flames lost tonight. That's true. Yeah, man, I'm feeling that way. I just don't think the Canucks have the guts to do it. Trade deadline is upon us, Rev. Who's out of the airlock? I think Brock Besser's getting traded. I wouldn't be surprised if Susie and Suter get traded. I hope that Pettersson gets traded, but I don't think he will. Those are the four guys that are kind of on the conversation, in my opinion. Some people think Garland's going to get traded or Höglander. I'm not sure. Too much coasters on this team. PD, no show. Besser, no show. Too much coasters. I'm sorry to say this as well. Hughes, you can tell he's not 100%. It's true. But he's still amazing out there. There definitely is there definitely is the Blazers that, yeah, Lafreniere, the Tommy Lafreniere is looking like gold. I'll be doing a trade video sometime. I think I'm going to try to do it this weekend. So I have to think of some good scenarios. Blazers will probably be decent next year. I coach high school, Pee Wee. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So what you're saying is you were right, Trev, about that. And I ref more than I've ever coached. Okay. Do you still ref? That's what I want to know. I'm going to make a huge sign and protest about EP40 and the Canucks giving away a great player. That's awesome, Shannon. PD has a one-way contract, yeah. Can't send him down as he would not clear waivers. Anyone want to come join her? Okay. Yeah, let's just talk about the Canucks here, guys. Stop bickering. Okay, like come on. It's frustrating. You guys are seriously so frustrating right now. I coach floor hockey. I can bring my goalie. Yeah, that's true. I'm just here to run channels to talk about hockey. That's all I'm here for. I'm not here for the extracurricular activities. I'm telling you, I don't want it getting personal. I've talked to both these guys about this. That's why they're timed out. Yeah, exactly. Well, only a couple people here tonight done with it. And I said that at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you guys being here. Murray, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just at that stage where it's just not worth it anymore, you know? So I just want to have fun. Something's wrong with this team for years. I agree. Yeah, it just is what it is. Maybe missing the playoffs could be a blessing. It's true. It could be. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about this. Do you think they call up Lecker up before Seattle? I hope so. I really do hope so. I think that is a great idea. I think that Lecker is Brock Besser's replacement, whether it's this year or next year. I think that's what's going to happen. So that's why I would love to see him play against Seattle. The Canucks still have a chance. They just have to. They just don't look great. So it is what it is. Yeah. Did the Canucks rush the rebuild? Maybe. I don't know. If I didn't already know, I would guess the Canucks lost badly based on the dysfunction in here. Hope March will be a turnaround for the Canucks. Hope the coaching improve the coaching, improve on ice performance. I would add improve Pettersson's play. The last 2 months of the regular season will be serious playoff race. I feel pretty defeated tonight too about this loss. Yeah, it's not been fun. Don't be Leafs and Oilers fans punching each other. Yeah, I know. It's Erwin, you're right. What do corporate media host and Elias Pettersson have in common? At least Elias Pettersson have in common. They both make big dollars and 0 points of value. Oh, wow. Wow. They can make the applause. I don't know if they will. I think the core of the problem comes down to the makeup, the personalities more than anything. Daniel, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's a therapy session. We talk about that. Thanks, man. Appreciate you as well. We do need to make a bunch of changes. It's time to make changes. But I'm no coach either. But sometimes I like to give my advice. But what do I know? The real problem with this team might be the ownership. Could be. We'll get swept first round if we make it. I don't think you're wrong on that, unless we just step up to the moment. Without making a trade, what is your ideal lineup? Okay, so I would do line one would be DeBrusk on left, Pettersson, Besser on right. And then I would do line two. No, I wouldn't do that. My bad. Let me just clarify this. This is a good question. DeBrusk, Pettersson, Sherwood. Line two would be probably Suter or Hoglander, O'Connor, Hedel, and Besser. Line three would be Joshua, Bluger, and Garland. those are the three lines that I would really go there. Who did I say on the second line? O'Connor. So then I'd put Suter on the fourth line as center, and it doesn't matter who's around him there, whoever it is. I totally understand your question. Don't let this make you not want to do this. Yeah, no, it does for sure. No point in making it with this group, in my opinion. They will get swept in the first round. I know I'm sounding negative tonight. It's just the truth. There's nothing about this team that's going to go far in the playoffs unless they gel somehow, miraculously. Even though we've seen wins, we haven't seen too many convincing or outright wins. Too many come from behind and scraping by the loose leads and losing leads. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It might be over, but it's not over yet. At least we have Grolu, right? I want to see Besser back with Petey and DeBrusque. Yeah, that could work too. Yeah, bro, I'm always trying to be here with you, Trev, like your videos. Thank you. Appreciate that. Without making a trade, I agree with that statement a lot. A lot of people do. I like Sherwood and Garland together on the line, and with Hedel, I like DeBrusque with Besser and Petey on line too. Sherwood, the only one worth mentioning. Yeah, Canucks should try Leckermacki with Pettersson and Sherwood. Sure, I don't mind that. I think all the pairings have been tried. Yeah, I think Talkett's scratching his head. O'Connor, Suter, and Hoglander, that'd be interesting as well. But what line? That third line? Fourth line? Yeah, I'm done with Pettersson as well. It doesn't make sense that nothing is clicking. Absolutely. It was a tough loss, but we're still a point ahead of the Flames. I still think I think we lack killer instinct up front. I know it's tough. Okay, shuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic, right? The Canucks season isn't over yet, but there are serious questions. Absolutely. It's going to be determined, as you like to say. We are already a super slow team. O'Connor and Hedel on the same line is a terrible move, but again, we don't have enough speed turnaround. Yeah, it's true. Prior to the Miller trade, our D was awful, and after the Miller trade, our D isn't that bad, but our offense is horrible. Goaltending doesn't get any better with Demko being injured all the time. If all the pairings have been tried, they should trade Petey and get some fresh players in. Depends on what we get in return for sure. Everyone talks about how well Tolo Pilo is playing. I think it's time we give him a look. We couldn't be much worse. The only thing, and I agree with that, Daniel, but everyone's saying that She Loves is outplaying him. So I want to know what keeps EP40 in Vancouver. It's his age, and that he's been very good player in the past. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I just don't want fighting anymore, Callum. I just don't want it. So if it keeps going, it's timed out, it's bans. That's what happens. So I don't want to do that. We are 0-15-4 or something like after training after 2 periods. Yeah, it's frustrating. Nothing is perfect says also tonight was the opportunity to put Myers on the wing. Missed opportunity. Yeah, I don't know. That might, I mean, nothing else is working. So oh, yikes. That's, yeah. Okay, Gene. Relax. Can we send Gretzky to the 99 Farms? I'm not upset at Gretzky. I don't understand. I understand why people are upset. I just think they've taken it over. They've overblown it. It doesn't bother me that he gave the thumbs up to the U.S. team. That doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, it's frustrating when he's letting in four goals, 5 goals this season. It's tough. It's perfect. Okay, so Myers also missed the Gordie Howe opportunity. Now we'll never know. Good point. I'm not upset. Was a bad joke about the 51st date. Yeah, no, I understand. With 70 men tonight, Myers could have played up front. Agreed. I wonder what he'd be like up there. I don't know. He's pretty terrible. Tonight he was decent. Petey, Hughes, and Myers. I need to buy some binoculars. I have a hard time watching Pettersson. I can't seem to find him on the ice. I know. You wanted to see Myers fight so bad. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Myers' rage. It was frustrating. Oh, well. All right, everyone. I'm going to call it a night. That was a terrible game. Nowhere around it. It is what it is. Appreciate each one of you being here. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. And let's keep it about hockey. Let's have some fun. And Saturday night, got a game against the Kraken. Hope you guys have a great evening, a good night. We'll talk later. Have a great day. And of course, always, we're going to cheer this team on. Win, lose, doesn't matter. Go Canucks, go.